suppose we should start this all official like. So hello, everyone, and for those viewing in the future, hello. This is a meeting of the Tag Contributor Strategy Mentoring Working Group, and is an official CNCF meeting, which is to say that it falls under the CNCF Code of Conduct. So please be nice to each other. So now, with that all out of the way, I need to find our agenda, and I'm sure there are things we need to talk about today. Where is? Oh, I need to sign into it. There we go. You know, I don't think I've started one of these meetings smoothly yet, and I mean like ever. I just don't start meetings smoothly. Okay, here we are. So yeah, the only thing on the agenda looks like, the only thing on the agenda so far looks like the KubeCon EU, I'm sorry, the KubeCon EU call for proposal deadline is coming up on November 18th. So that's about 10 days from now. So if we're interested in doing another mentorship talk, we should probably put a proposal in. I think that the last time we did this, we put it into the maintainer track, which is probably not a bad place for a mentorship talk, depending on what we would want to do. So if we're interested, I'm happy to entertain ideas. I'm not sure that I want to repeat what we did last time, so I think sort of the introduction phase is over. So I think the couple of ideas that I was having that might be interesting would be to have like a workshop, like a hey, here's how you can put together a proposal, or here's how to potentially select a good scope of work, or something along those lines, where folks can come in and talk to us about their specific projects. That has a tendency potentially to devolve into like help desk live, but it might be worth putting together, even if we want to do a talk. It's like, okay, here's how to put together a mentorship proposal as like a 35-minute how-to kind of idea. I don't know, just things I was thinking of.
Cool. So I'm just taking some notes while you're talking. Was that,
I appreciate
that the main one, or did you have?
Well, I've only been thinking about it for like in my spare cycles in the last half a day. So that's kind of what I've got at this point.
Yeah. Oh no, that's good. Yeah, well, obviously we want to make it relevant and purposeful for people. So I think part of that as well is going to come out from, as we're, I wish we had a little bit more time to do it, but as we're sort of going through the repo and finding, it's some of this discussion starting to come out more in terms of, how we're making it of value for those who expect to be interacting with it, and ideally having something in the talk that branches off that. But I think that one, since it has been a bit of a focal point for the mentoring side.
Do you have an idea? Because remember that right now it's only the call for proposal that is due in 10 days. And so if we have an idea, and this might be a dangerous road to go down, but if you've got an idea that there is something interesting in the refo refactor, we can propose a talk based on that, even though we don't have necessarily all of the data just yet.
Okay.
We do run the risk of, if there's nothing interesting in there, then that would be a surprising outcome, first off, and second off, we might have to backtrack and call in a favor or two. But that's it is an option, because again, we're not expected to do the work before doing the work, if you know what I mean. So if we make a proposal, like we aren't expected to have the full paper or the full talk in hand before having that. So, yeah.
Okay.
And that might also tie in with what Josh has in mind for speed mentoring thing. So
Okay.
what he proposed is, because he says the mentees come to the speed mentoring with a lot of questions about mentoring in general and not mentoring specifically to the
Oh,
to speak
interesting.
to speak to the mentor. So they don't ask the mentor about his project. They ask in general, how does it work? What is needed? How does the and he proposed that we have 2 sessions back to back. So the first session is we have a mentee information session, which would be perfect for what you want to do now. I say, here's the new repo, this is how it rolls out, and this is where everything is, and educate the mentees about the general process of mentoring. How do you apply?
Right.
How do you get approved? Where does projects come from? And all those things. And once they are educated on the detail of what, and then they can go to the speed mentoring, and they would actually tell them that the purpose of speed mentoring is you ask the mentor about his project and his ideas and his requirements for your skills. So yeah, that just from Josh's side. So
that's interesting, and that actually brings up a good point. I didn't last time, but I feel like it's probably good value to volunteer for the speed mentoring. I don't have a specific project, but it's, if there is like a section for general career advice, that might be worthwhile for one of us to volunteer for that. And I'm happy to volunteer myself, but if someone else also wants to do that, that's I'm actually not sure. Hello, Alexandra, how are you doing? Hope you're feeling better. So I think just going back to what we were saying, I'm actually not sure. My plan is to go. Are you? Is anyone else also planning on going, or?
Yes, Jane, I plan to go, but from a operation point of view, we need motivation because Josh also said he would like to have us there to help him with the general contributor strategy. So he said somebody just needs to drop a mail saying we need these 2 folks there for these reasons, and from his side it's all okay, and he'll just clear it with the CNCF.
Okay, so let me know if you need any help on the process of that. I don't know how much I can do, but I'm happy to help however I can.
It's just a motivation from either you or Josh. Just an email saying we need these people and we kind of plan these things.
Would it be me or Josh, or would it be Chris?
Just the 2 of us, and the hippie will either one of you and hippie will motivate it from there forward. Okay. Through the channels, and if we need more, we'll ask. So it's, I think, so just an email from either you or Josh saying this is what we need. We would love to have you there to support these projects. Yeah, then we'll be there.
Okay. I'll make a note. I don't think I can write that email myself of my own volition, but I can certainly talk to Chris and pass that by him. What is today? It's Tuesday. So just following, hold on, let me make my note here.
And if there's anything you need from us to support that process, just sing out as well.
Right. I made the note, which means hopefully I will. I think I'm speaking with him later this week, so I'll add that to the list of things. But getting back to what we were talking about, I think that having a mentoring or what do they call that program? The speed mentoring. I think that could be valuable
It's more,
Especially-
I think, a mentee information session. Yeah, a mentee information session.
Yeah, I would be down for that. Especially now we're seeing more with the Dan Cohn scholarship fund. We're seeing more and more students and folks who would be key potential mentees sort of showing up. So I would be happy to do that. A note on the to-do on that. I'm not sure who, I don't know if it would be the CNCF events team, but we should reach out to, I would start with the CNCF events team. I'll probably talk to Christy or something like that, and figure out who runs the speed mentoring, because this might not be like a CFP level thing. This might be like a KubeCon organization level thing. I don't know yet. So that's so we need to figure out what the process. Josh would probably know.
Yeah, Josh seems to be deeply involved and knowledgeable about that.
Yeah.
And then also gives him a chance, if we got that sorted and arranged, gives him a chance to start lining up mentors.
Yeah. And then the other thing I'd like to encourage, particularly if we're looking for reasons for the two of you to attend, if you've got any ideas for talks, again, like I'm happy to help. If you get a talk in mind, it's a good way to say, hey, I should be at KubeCon. If you're interested, I'd be happy to help write up a CFP or copy edit, but or anything along those lines to help support that. I'm probably not going to give an official talk myself, but I am hoping that some of the other CNCF, I think Uche is planning on putting together a CFP, so I'm hoping to support them in that.
Oh, awesome.
So just wanted to put that up there.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I guess the other thing that is on the agenda but isn't sort of officially on the agenda would be, oops, what is that? Oh, that happened at all? Oh, that just got really strange. Sorry, my computer just decided to do some weird stuff. There, that's better. Living in the future, folks. So the other thing I wanted to sort of bring up was the repo refactor. So now that we've got Alexandra on the call as well, just to let them know some of the work that we're doing. We've got a V2 branch for the repo, and we're reorganizing it as if it were sort of a website with the idea that there are a couple of key audience members, key personas that will use it. We'll have folks who are mentees and who are looking to figure out, okay, how do I apply for something? We're going to have mentors as a persona looking for, how do I make a proposal? How do I accept or make a selection for a mentee? How do I get mentees paid? Things like that. And to that end, we are trying to refactor the repo so that they're like a persona's journey through makes sense. Right now, it's a bit of a mess. And so we've got the V2 branch, and anybody, we've also got several issues that are tied to this refactor works. So if you're interested in helping out, feel free to pick up any of those issues and make a PR against CNCF/mentoring/V2. And so, yeah, we're hopefully this will eventually translate into information that will eventually be put on the website once we've decided that's what we're going to do. But in the meantime, cleaning it up and getting it going is we wanted to bias towards action, or rather Jay wanted to bias towards action. So I should actually, he's the one who's done most of the work thus far, so I should probably let him finish off this update.
I think you covered bases pretty well, but yeah, I guess one of the main things, as Nate sort of mentioned, is that, and thank you to Diane also for, or no, you both sort of pulled together that and organised that project board as well, is that a lot of that work will be sort of lying on there, and we'll continue to chip away at that over the coming weeks especially. So yeah, if there's anything at all that you either at least in the first instance want some more information about or would like to assign to yourself to you know, to do some work on, please feel free to do so. And if you want to spend some time as well just to walk through it, I'm keen to catch up and just sort of give you a little bit more context about what the thinking is, because we've reshuffled things quite a bit from what the existing repo looks like, and there's some thinking behind that, but even, yeah, it's still definitely in its formative stages too. So we're very open to, you know, different people's feedback about, you know, how about we do this and that, and obviously with those issues and everything, we can start, you know, creating record of all that for everyone else to be able to feed into over time. So whatever's easier, but yeah, more than welcome to be involved. Good learning and exploration for all of us, I think I'm finding at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Nate also quickly, Nate also shared some good documentation as well, which I thought was helpful to get some ideas about how to organize things. So yeah, you can forward that on as well.
Okay, so I think that's the end of our agenda. Is there anything that anyone would like to discuss ad hoc?
I think just to add on to the last point, maybe it's worthwhile just mentioning the refactoring in the V2 branch and the open issues in Slack. And so there is this available if you want to help, please join us. Yeah, it's really good first issue. You just need to be able to move things around and get.
I'm not sure it's a good first issue. Just given the depth of knowledge that you would need to actually make a meaningful and correct change. But I agree, there's a lot of folks in that Slack channel who would be well placed to help. And not casting aspirations on folks who, I mean, it could be it's a technically easy. It's a technically good first issue, but the conceptually, I wonder if.
Yeah, I was more thinking document-wise. If you're good at documentation, this is a good place for you to help and get things around. No code required.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. We might have a short meeting today.
Yeah, don't have too much to contribute at the moment. I guess general update from things on our side is that we've had a couple of good meetings this week just to continue the stuff with the community digital infrastructure. So we've got 3 community centres who'd like to be part of the pilot phase of that, and so we'll be. So it's pretty exciting. So we'll be engaging with them, and we're looking to a water quality monitoring project with different hapu around the region or Māori tribes. So I've been talking to the university around that who might be able to contribute students and some resourcing and support around that. So still early stages, but we have a meeting next week with the national cloud provider who we've been in comms with the last couple of months who again want to be involved in this and supporting that. So in general sort of approach there is that if we have some examples of practical projects that we can implement locally and ideally have them supported by I mean, like with the water monitoring, for instance, talking about supporting that by like Grafana and Prometheus and the likes, and people can actually see some practical application of these platforms, then ideally we'll be able to, again, shine the light on their inherent value and provide, training and pathways and supporting people to contribute to that space more actively over time. So that's the general sort of approach. So I'll just, I'll update you guys intermittently with how things progress there. But yeah, tracking well at the moment. So yeah. But other than that, not
absolutely excellent. My mind already went to about 4 different ways I would try to implement that. So I'd be interested to chat with you offline about how that work's going to move forward. I used to do embedded programming and so when you start talking about water monitoring and whatnot, I start thinking, oh well, what sensors, what platforms, how would we move? But like I said, that's something we can do chat about offline. But it sounds like an interesting project.
Yeah, no, definitely interested. Did you say something, Ariane? I think you're on mute.
There's also an open source program called ArcStack, and they do agricultural work. Their chief, I attended 1 or 2 of their first meetings because I want to see what it's all about, and they're all about developing things for agricultural research, agricultural monitoring, and so it might be worthwhile to see what ArcStack is up to.
Cool.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm keen to talk to yourselves or anyone who can help flesh this out. Yeah, there's definitely some ideas about ways forward, but again, with it still being early days, and we're just trying to explore any sort of avenues that can work at the moment. So yeah, any advice or insights or links or resources be most appreciated.
Right on.
Cool, thank you very much.
Okay. Well, I think with that, I will give us back half hour, 35 minutes. And I think that we can, I think we've got a fairly clear idea of what we're doing this week. So it seems like there's no interest. Well, again, if you individually want to do a talk, let me know. I'm happy to help. But it seems like as a working group, we're more interested in supporting the speed mentoring rather than having our own separate sort of piece.
I'll definitely give it some consideration. I mean, now,
yeah.
Thanks for flagging the deadline for that. So that was it November 18th. Yeah, so it's coming up pretty quick.
It's 10 days. Feels quick. Looks quick.
Yeah.
A day's a long time.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is the 18th comes a day sooner for you. That's
true. There's that too. Yep. No, but it sounds like an awesome opportunity, and yeah, just be like I said, my main thing is ensuring that it's yeah, like is relevant to what's going on. It's going to provide some value for the community in general. So if there's something I've got that might be suitable and tick those boxes, then yep, definitely.
Cool.
I'll let you know by the end of the week anyway.
Right on.
Good.
Awesome.
Thanks everybody.
All right. Okay. Well, have yourselves a good rest of your day, and I hope you start feeling better, Alexandra.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
See
ya.
Bye.
Yeah, bro. Thank you all.